Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my first official YouTube video, so I'm welcome to any feedback in the comments or suggestions on videos that you would like to see. So today I'm going to go over some plants that I acquired in the last couple months. These I deem uncommon because they are not in local nurseries where I am from, which is San Francisco. And also online, they're harder to find. So the first plant here is a Begonia Pavonina. When these plants are grown in low light, it develops a blue iridescence. So that's why the common name is also a Peacock Begonia, which is really cute. And I think also these common names attract me to the certain plant. But when you see the plant in low light, and also shine a flashlight or certain angles during nighttime with overhead light, you can see the blue iridescence. I'll show it to you guys in a clip. So at the time I bought it, it was $16.99 and it's since increased to $19.99. So where this plant originates from is that it grows in the higher elevations of Malaysia and it likes high humidity. So I'll show you the setup that I have with this plant. I'm super cautious for now since it's a new baby plant. So here's my current setup, just to be sure that it gets a lot of humidity while it starts growing. It's in a old aquarium tank that I have, and it has this glass cover here. And I'm not gonna zoom in because there's some fungus gnats that died in there, but I put water on the bottom and perch it up again with a plastic cup so that it's in an island and it can get some humidity where it can. And in this light, you can see the blue more. So look at that beautiful blue color. And a close-up of the stems. It's really cute. It has pink stems, which you can see here. There's one little growth growing there. It is in this ceramic planter that I actually made myself in ceramics class. So the next plant is the Hoya Curtisii. It's a little less uncommon than the other plants that I'm going to show, since on Instagram I've seen that folks have found this plant at big box stores for really low price, but in San Francisco Bay Area I have never seen this plant in a big box store, let alone in any specialty nurseries. And believe me, I go to nurseries quite often. That's a hobby of mine on the weekends. One thing I wanted to bring up too is that I have a theory that the big box stores in the East Coast to Midwest have a better selection of plants in their big box stores, either because they're close to where the source of the plants are, so Florida area, so East Coast, Midwest, that see these plants in your big box stores feel really lucky, especially because you are paying those big box store prices, which are generally lower. I bought this on Steve Leaves. Steve Leaves has just always delivered for me really good quality plants. They grow really well. So I trust their brand and ended up paying a premium for $19.99, which is, I think, probably on the pricier side, I'm guessing, but no complaints here. The leaves are this interesting shape. Kind of looks like a spades, perhaps. They're really hardy, succulent-like, and it has this really cool design on each leaf. It's currently in this other ceramic pot that I made in my Intro to Ceramics class. So according to worldofsucculents.com, it's also called a fung wax flower, Hoya aloha, or a porcelain flower. So the next plant is a Philodendron Verrucosum. I found this on a terrarium website. So it came bare root in a plastic bag, and the owner, I believe, of the website gave me a heads up that it was getting warmer, so he decided to ship it, but to make sure that it's kept in a very humid environment, because otherwise, if it's not, it could die immediately. So he did give a warning on that. And so when I received it, it was bare root, like I mentioned, in a plastic bag with a little bit of dirt connected to it, and it was in pretty bad condition. So this leaf here looked like what it was right now. It's kind of pale, so I don't know if that's how it's supposed to look, or it got some stress or missing some nutrients, or it's a different type of Philodendron Verrucosum than the ones that you're familiar with that are deep green with the veination. It does have like the furry stem on the new growth, and the bottom side has that design that it's also known for, so it's definitely a Verrucosum of some sort. Anyway, so I got it and it was in bad condition, so there's actually another leaf, I think around here, that was yellowing and kind of crumpled up, probably about to die, but I thought maybe it could still live, or it had like a patch of bright yellow on it at that time, but eventually it all turned yellow and died off, which was pretty sad. But actually in the beginning it did have a sprout coming out, so I was hopeful that it was at least still alive and still growing, but still a little skeptical that it would survive. So I went ahead and emailed the owner of the website and asked him, oh, you know, when you sent this plant, did it look like this, and sent him a picture. And he said that no, it looked like it was in good shape. He had really good customer service and said that if it looks like it's going to live because there's a sprout and you have to keep it in a humid environment, he recommended putting it in a bucket and then covered with saran wrap, so that's kept the humidity high. If it doesn't live, then he would offer to send me another one. So that made me feel good. He was trying to work with me and was honest. I used his recommendations. So what I did first was that I potted it up in a 4-inch pot and put it in this cache pot. So I like to put it on a mini little sample cup on the bottom and then fill the bottom with water. And then I took a plastic bag that I hoarded from online shopping. So, you know, you get those really big plastic bags that the clothing is shipped in. And I happen to have a big one probably from a coat. And I just used it as a cover over the planter. So I thought that would be good enough in terms of keeping it humid. I also covered these aerial roots, which look like they're dead already, so it didn't really help, with some sphagnum moss to see if maybe that would help keep in some moisture too. But then it ended up attracting a lot of fungus gnats. After 2 months that the sprout was just hanging as like a little tip of a sprout, it actually opened up. It's also really small. I wonder if philodendron leaves get larger. I don't think so. And also I'll have to see whether these leaves will get darker as they mature. I've seen some Instagram videos where some folks have noted, oh, this plant has matured and so the leaves are bigger and have darker colors. So if you guys don't know anything about the maturity of the Philodendron Verrucosum, let me know. In the plastic bag, I also spray it now on the sides, so there's just collects some moisture on the sides of the plastic, so to help increase the humidity. I don't know if it really does anything. Before I was spraying the sphagnum moss, but now I took that out because of the fungus gnats. I got this for $25 at the terrarium website, which I thought was a pretty good deal. They also had a dwarf version. So I don't know if this is actually the dwarf version and they just gave me that before versus the bigger version, but we'll have to see. So according to logis.com, it's a Ecuador philodendron, native to the lowland jungles of Ecuador. It creeps along the fort's floor as a small-leaved vine until it runs into a tree and begins to climb, where the leaves increase in size up to 1.5 feet in length. So it looks like this is probably a juvenile plant that would be creeping on the floor. So it looks like I'll have to put it on a moss pole to help the leaves get larger. So the next plant is a Senecio peregrinus, or a string of dolphins, and got it for $12.80 with and total $20.36 with shipping. And it was in a 4-inch pot. So you can see that if you get at the right angle right here, oh, this is a good one. I think this is my favorite strand right here in front. That if you get it at the angle, it looks like dolphins jumping out of the water, which is so adorable. How cute can this be? Again, it's this thing with the marketing names or the common names where it's so cute. If I saw this at a store, I would probably pass it and not even care about it. But the fact that they market it or call it the string of dolphins, and you look really closely and you pay attention and you see that it does look like dolphins jumping out of the water, of course you're gonna get this, right? It's too cute. Who doesn't like dolphins? And according to World of Succulents again, it's a hybrid of a Senecio articulatus as well, and a Curia rollianus to make this beautiful plant. One thing that I don't know if you guys get often is when you buy it online and you spend a little more than you would ideally like, and then you go into a nursery and there it is for $5. So that definitely happened to me, but there are smaller ones in hindsight. So I struggle with being patient and waiting for plants to become more common or show up in nicer nurseries that have more rare plants. Do you guys do the same? I always end up kicking myself, but I shrug it off. And here it's in a cash pot again, and with a cute little stand here. I'm usually not super into the concrete look, but with this stand it just looks so cute. And it's also a neutral color. I like the neutral pots because it doesn't take away from the beauty of the plant. I also heard that when it doesn't get enough light, sometimes they pancake out, so you can see that the dolphins have a groove on the top if you get that right angle. So I would make sure to give it as much light as you can. So the next plant is one that I'm really excited about, is the Maranta leuconera silver band, and it's potted in this new pot that I got. I got it for a whopping $29.99, which is definitely on the pricier side. So $38.98 total with shipping, which is expensive, but I love it so much. So the next one is a succulent. I don't know how many of you guys are succulent and tropical plant lovers, or more so succulent or more so only tropical. I've steered more towards the tropical plants, but when I see a good succulent, I'm gonna buy it. So this is the Crassula Buddhist temple. Again, beautiful common name that I was drawn to, as it looks like a tall temple, and it's just really beautiful. Look at the design of the leaves. So I found this on Etsy, and it was $11.99 with shipping. It was $17.85, and it's about probably like 2.5 inches tall. So I put it in this mini planter. It came bare root, and in this cash pot, which is really cute. And it's propped up with a shot glass since it's not super tall. All right, so that was part 1 of my spring uncommon plant haul. This is my first video again, so if you guys have any feedback or recommendations on videos that you want to see, please comment down below. And if you liked it, like it, subscribe. I'll be working on filming part 2, which has some also uncommon or rare plants that I want to share with you guys. So look forward to seeing that. All right, thank you for watching.